All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a mod this time. Finally, a mod's been released that looks like it's pretty high quality and maybe complete already. Most of the mods that I've played so far have just been the character, and they've been placed in some other, like, downpour campaign. I don't know about this one, but it seems like there's a lot to do from the beginning. And I have already played a little bit, mostly to get the thumbnail. We'll just going over this again. I have not seen this cutscene though. I do. Oh, dear. A little bit loud. I do like the art style. It's not the same as like normal manual art style, but it's definitely. It still feels like it fits, you know. We got these pearls and we can switch between them. Pick up the pearls. I don't know if this does anything. I guess if we want to like give these to the like moon or scavengers, although it seems like this character's ability is based on the pearls, so you want to have as many pearls as possible. I guess if you like have too many, I think there is a limit on how many pearls you can store, but you wouldn't want to like throw them away all the time. So this works as artificers. Jump. Now it says blue symbolizes agility, so maybe like the specific color of the pearl isn't really important, but if you can find any type of blue pearl, like a dark blue pearl, light blue, this one looks unique. I mean, all these pearls look unique, of course. So I assume that, you know, not every unique pearl has a unique ability, but like similar colors have similar abilities. Now also, I think this character is probably going to be powerful. He might be a bit overpowered. Because already I'm given a double jump and a shield, which I assume will protect me against like I'm not exactly sure how it works. Like if a lizard bites me, if it does it only protect me if it's a lethal bite, or is any bite like blocked by the shield? I don't know. We'll have to figure these things out. But already it's this number of abilities, and with more and more pearls, they're probably going to be on the more powerful side. But maybe if they have like hunter spawns, you know, it kind of balances out. So this one, very similar to the drone master. That's what they're called. Let's look up with all the drones that shoot lasers and stuff. Now it said that this character is physically weak, so I imagine that this laser is going to be decent for damage, especially maybe if I get like multiple red pearls. And here. Get a Slugpup. They need food. Or maybe not, I don't know. This doesn't show up there yet. Now it's initially kind of like felt weird about having a Slugpup, because I usually don't like to deal with them. Also, this is very cool. This basically, when I got to this screen, it was like, oh, this is like actually a really high quality mod, and it's worth checking out. I'm a little bothered by how quickly the iterators are moving past in the background, I feel like they would either we're moving ridiculously fast or they aren't as big as I think they are. But it's fine. It doesn't really matter that much. Before we continue, actually, let me check that I have remix settings set properly. I don't. I looked at the timer and I was like, that looks like a very long cycle. So, yeah. Here we can see all the pearls and the Slugpup. Also on the visual side of things, okay, bit of a lag spike. This Slugcat is very flowy. A lot of like the ears and the tail and the cloths moving around. I do like the design. So it looks like we're in Metropolis. I mean, this is as far as I've gotten. This is the thumbnail screen, but I have not gone past this point. Oh wow, that's a very strong jump. Now, from here, I have no idea what to do. This actually seems like a stronger jump than Artificer's. It goes much further, but it's only like one time. I mean, I guess that's the same as it works. So where are we now? Does the screen go higher? No. I'm probably going to see pebbles. Is there no one here? Now this character better have good scavenger reputation, because I'm literally the Pearlcat. You would think. Also, I just realized I want to go back again. Sorry if I'm being a bit slow. But there were some pearls in this room. I could take the pearls up there too. I don't like taking from the toll. Does a pearl like this do anything? To convert it into a pearl spear. Okay. So I can turn normal pearls into spears. I wonder if they're any stronger than regular spears. That's good to know. But I figured they wouldn't have a special ability because they're much more common. High bad reputation because they're taking the scav pearls? Yeah, maybe. But I'm sure that'll have like too many pearls eventually. I'll just give all the extra ones to the scavengers. We have yet to see any creatures. I'm kind of expecting, you know, maybe this mod is going to surprise me with its content. Maybe it's going to add like a bunch of stuff like new creatures. So here we are. I did expect that would be in this location. Oh, wait. I didn't expect this, though. Is this a different room? Because I entered it. Is this unintentional? Should I not be in this room? I should be there. Also, there's like no other way to go. This doesn't lead to anywhere. I think I did get merge fix. That was like recommended. connection glitch. Yeah, I do have this. Unless I should like change the order. Oh. I guess I could try just restarting the game maybe. Or maybe reset or like doing this to the remix. Or just to the mods. Maybe this would work. I did, you know, the moment I saw this mod, like yesterday, I decided that I would stream it. So, you know, it's pretty early, like not long after the mod was released. So I kind of expect, you know, maybe there would be a few problems here and there. Hopefully it's not too bad and I can actually play the character anyway. So I'm gonna exit out. Just in case that fixes it. Otherwise, it doesn't seem like I'll be able to progress. I do remember one time, I don't even know if I had mods enabled, but one time a bug happened like that where I entered a room and it brought me to like the wrong room in a vanilla region, like in Sky Islands. I don't think I had any other mods on though that would change like region connections. Say my name, Rubicon. I think both of your guesses were wrong. You actually don't need to put that in front of my name. If you just say my name in the chat, then it's highlighted. It doesn't make a difference. And I don't mind if you do that. Also, yeah, I have a light depending on which pearl I have selected. So will this work? That looks better. So, okay, I entered the right room, but from the wrong side, and that connection wasn't there. I don't want to expose the spear. It's a fly or something flying around. Annoying. So I think I'm just gonna use these pearl spears. Also, there's an echo in this region, so maybe that's worth checking out. I guess this is the time to check scavenger relations. Maybe if I take these pearly givens then. Oh, actually waving me through already. So I think we're good with the scavengers, although that one did seem to want to attack me immediately. This character definitely will take a bit of time to get used to, considering all the inventory management. If I have a back spear, then I have a Slugpup and spears and all the pearls to keep track of. And Raynor doesn't exactly have the most in-depth like inventory. You either have an item in your stomach or you don't. And only 2 hands to hold stuff. So I think I'm going to... Oh, it looks like my karma is already pretty good. I like that. Whenever a character starts with higher than 1 karma. I'm sure it's not really a problem for most. Also, shelter screen. I don't know if I showed this earlier. I think that might change based on which pearls you have, because that seemed like it had most of the pearls that I have right now. Also, some of the inputs kind of overlap. Because when you want to put Slugpup on your back, it's the same button as using some of the pearls like that. When I hold a common pearl, and I hold the grab button, then it tries to convert the pearl into a spear, but I want to put the Slugpup on my back, so. So far, this area has kind of felt very empty. Maybe I'm comparing it to Artificer. I mean, actually, I guess it makes sense. I don't know where this is in the timeline, but if it's after Artificer, it would make sense if there's not many creatures, and specifically scavengers. Also, is that the shield? Or do I have the revive one enabled? Maybe I accidentally tried to revive that centipede. Okay. Just a dangerous creature. Can I eat creatures? Yep. Normal efficiency. So actually food should not be a problem at all for this character. Do you want to shoot that guy? It's nice that they, you know, I imagine that the Slugpup is an important part of the character. I don't know what that effect is. Maybe it's the shield and it's activating when I get close to something. Also, I did not even kill that centipede, so I guess spears are pretty weak. Maybe I can try out the pearl spears too. Think you can come back? But it's nice that a character that's like where the Slugpup is an important part of the campaign, I imagine. It's nice that they have a revive ability. Am I holding something? Yeah, I am. It's hard to tell if I'm holding something because of how chaotic this character's design is. And all the pearls floating around. I already have enough food. It's the Slugpup that needs food. So we can try out Pearl Spear. So I think I might have another. Yeah, 2 common pearls. I don't need that many. It seems like you can either have a back spear or the Slugpup. It's going to take a while to get used to. That was close. I grabbed the pearl or the pole up there on accident. I actually don't want to fight a vulture right now. I imagine that I could stockpile a bunch of red pearls and like become drone master essentially. That's a kind of fun part of this character. I imagine you can. I mean, I don't know how many red pearls there are in the game. But imagine at least like a few of the colors probably have like a decent amount of. Okay, goodbye. I don't know what happened there. I should probably take a shelter and then see the echo. Okay, I think I know where I am. I need to feed the Slugpup though. I wanted to eat that. I can't. Of course, that makes sense. Here's a... Nope, I missed. Also, I thought I knew where I was, but now I'm kind of lost. Unless this is a new area. No, I recognize this. Ow. Oh, there's some food over there. Wait, that centipede doesn't come back. Grab onto this. Slan took a pearl? I still have the pearl. Okay, this fruit is being annoying. Okay. Oh. Okay, so the green, if they fall, the green pearl saves them. I was like, wow, good job on grabbing that pull, and then they fell anyway. But see, that's what I was talking about. It's nice to have that revived pearl. So that, like, a situation like that, I wouldn't have to restart. You know, there's usually an indication when a fall is lethal. It just didn't show up there. I have to remember the layout of Metropolis. I know the route from the beginning to the Scav King, and then nothing else. Run Revive per cycle again. It's not unlimited, but it is nice. Have that. I guess I'll just follow the route backwards. I know that there's another shelter on the way. There was indication. Well, it wasn't as strong as some other indication. And I was basically waiting for an area, because I knew at some point in Metropolis there's an area you can drop down. Or maybe I'm wrong about that. For that. I missed. So the red pearl isn't that strong. But that makes sense. It's just a little bit of extra damage. I shouldn't really rely on it for... So I need a bit more food and then we're good. It is kind of nice going through this area, knowing that there's not an army of scavengers trying to kill you. Like, there were a few lizards, some vultures, and the dropwigs, but honestly, that's like a pretty reasonable amount of spawns. Almost died to the same thing there. That's just an egg bug. No worries. Oh, camouflage. That's nice. Now, actually, I know where there's a pearl. I should probably go grab that. Yeah, what is that effect? That, like, glowing effect. Is that the shield? One of the pearls provides a shield. I just thought that that would activate if I, like, took damage. Or maybe it just activates in response to being close to a creature. Red Pearl various summoner class. I don't know what that's referencing. Is it just because it's like a summon? Okay, we go see the Echo. This looks really messy. It is a bit chaotic. All these pearls around me. I saw that there was an option to simplify the inventory. I didn't want to mess with any of the remix settings. I don't really know what I'm getting into. Maybe if it's like a bit of a problem, then I'll like go back and adjust it. Stream is a lot more fun without the cooldown on the double jumps. And jumps like this you can just make immediately. I wonder what would happen if I got another blue pearl. I guess that's just another double jump, right? Like that's what it described it as. But that'd be even more overpowered if you could do 2 in a row without touching the ground. I mean, just because there's a summon does not mean it's a Terraria reference. Now this area usually sucks if there's like a bunch of scavengers here, but it should actually be pretty nice. Also, I don't even know if the echo will be here if I have to activate it first. Nope, I see the particle effects. None of this is modded right now. This whole like climbing the tower. It is maybe one of my favorite parts of Downpour. And I don't even know if I've done this or I've gone up this on stream before. I first played Artificer completely off stream and then I didn't play them again until like maybe like some challenge or speedrun. I don't remember. But I do really like this whole sequence with the background and the echo and the platforming too with Artificer's double jump. I guess it's kind of the same thing here. Okay. I don't know if I want to do a double jump or if I want to go through the pipe. They should have different dialogue. Unless this is a rapper dialogue. I think that this echo might have. I think this is unique. Also, I already have the mark of communication. They never call you a cat or a slug. Always some kind of rodent. Okay, I want to go check out the echo now, or the pearl. I would like to get that food. Not get the pearl back. So that orange has already looked pretty injured, so I guess I don't do completely insignificant damage. most use of the Slugpup. Where did that egg bug come from? There they go. No? You gonna eat these? Alright. This pearl's right here. Do I... So is this another red pearl? I'm back. Guess it does. Do both of them attack at the same time? They do. So I just have a stronger attack now. Still not that much damage. I'm sure it would build up eventually. Oh, that was a white lizard. I didn't even notice. It doesn't even seem to deal enough damage to like stun them at all. I don't know why they would activate there. Oh no, I've been attacked by a squid cicada. Hello, welcome to the stream. Oh, this is over here. I don't know what that was. Is it the shield? Maybe the shield activates when I get close to something, and then it's on cooldown. I guess the top of the wall won't be dangerous at all. But I can just head to Pebbles and take the shelter there. Yeah, tube worms. I actually didn't even know what that was when I was playing Expeditions. Like, what's a tube worm? I thought it might be the garbage worms. But that doesn't make sense because you can't really kill them without a singularity bomb or something. It is kind of weird that Expedition mode gives all the creatures a name, because we've gone so long without really having names for the creatures. We just kind of made it up, or the community would kind of decide on it. Some of the names for like creatures and items don't, or at least the ones in Expedition mode, they don't exactly line up with the names that we use in the community. But also it kind of depends on the person. Now this blue pearl, it gives you a double jump, but it restores only once you're touching the ground for like a long enough time. It doesn't recover the moment you touch the ground, so you can't like jump immediately afterwards. So that was a very high wall bounce. Now this character is also pretty mobile. Even without the double jump, it might be Hunter movement or even better than Hunter movement. Also, I don't know if the blue pearls influence my speed at all, other than the double jump. Am I fast without them? So I'm gonna stay here. Also, I just noticed that next to the like highlighted or the selected pearl, there's these two dots, the yellow and the green dot. It might actually be hard to see on stream. They're quite small. I imagine that those are the like a number of charges that I have in the other pearls. So I have like one shield charge and one revive charge. Oh, I don't want the back spear. I think back spear is unnecessary. Like they don't seem to be very combat, like, or at least spear combat, because their spear damage seems pretty low. So I don't know why you can hold a back spear, especially when you also want to be holding onto the Slugpup on your back most of the time. So what does this do? Okay, I turned it into a spear. I do like that effect there. When you take fall damage, all the pearls kind of fall too. And you don't have to pick them up, which is very nice. It would kind of suck if you had to pick them all up again. It's just a nice little effect. It's pointing that they work even without them selected. That would make it more annoying to like have to switch to the blue pearl every time you want to double jump, and then switch to the red pearl, and then switch to the, and then like you never, like when you ever switch to the shield pearl. But also I understand that like having all the effects active all the time makes them very powerful, and if you manage to like pick which one you want to use, if you had that, or if it only worked if you had one selected, right, then there'd be more. Like maybe let's say that like theoretically, let's say this character cannot throw spears at all, and their red pearl does more damage, but only the pearl that you have selected does anything. So if you want to fight stuff, you switch to the red pearl, and if you want to like double jump, you switch to this, and it's like, yeah, you pick which one. But I don't know. Maybe that'd be a different kind of character, because we'll see. We'll play more, and I'll think about it more. But this is Pebble time now. My marker communication has a different flavor. I've yet to know the effect of the purple pearl. Oh. Every single pearl is stacked up in a big. Are we back? Did the stream cut out for a bit? OBS just told me that it disconnected, but it seems like it works. Let me know if you can see the stream all right. Yeah, I think that was on my end. Sorry about that. Like, I can give him one of these pearls, like this yellow one. Did it break again? No? Okay. It's just stream's being a bit weird. Okay, I don't know if I want to like let him read every single one. Take a while. Yeah, and it seems like some of the pearl's abilities only do work if you have them activated, or if you have them selected, like the red pearl or the black pearl, because I noticed what it does. It seems like a camouflage, sort of. A white lizard. That seems to only work if you have it selected. But I definitely think this character seems to be overpowered. Because the green pearl, you can use it to revive like some random creature or the Slugpup or yourself. Just having an extra life is incredibly powerful. The double jump is very good. Their mobility is like just kind of good by default. Their what else do they have? The shield, like you said, the like being able to protect yourself from like random insta kill stuff like a Vulture. Also, I don't want to double jump here. Revive? I assume so. Because earlier the Slugpup jumped off a cliff. Or maybe I threw them off a cliff, I don't know, but then the green pearl immediately just brought them back up to me. I don't know what happened when I fell down, or maybe that was because that was after after the green pearl was used on the Slugpup. That's when I jumped down, so it was no longer effective. But the green and yellow pearl together means that you can survive a lot that you shouldn't. So yeah, this is one of those characters where they had a bunch of ideas for abilities and decided, yeah, let's just throw all of them onto one character. And it's probably going to be overpowered, but it's pretty cool, so like who cares? And it's a mod. Like people don't usually care about mods being too balanced. But maybe other things happen. Like Metropolis was pretty chill, but is this another revive? I don't think I'm gonna mess around with the remix settings for now. I'll see how I feel in like an hour. Or I guess it's already been a while. But also, I don't care too much about this being balanced. I kind of just want to see like what these abilities are about. Maybe like some of the new dialogue or the... Just kind of explore around. No scholar progress. Maybe I have to see Moon. The thing is, I think that Downpour has kind of increased the power scale of all Rainwood content. Because in vanilla, Red Pearl. You can't do that. In vanilla, we had Survivor and Hunter was like the strong one out of them. Are you gonna attack at all? No? Okay. Hunter was the strong one, and Survivor was pretty weak. Or they're like not too much weaker than Hunter. They were pretty balanced. You're not gonna pick those up? There's no lizards down here. And then Downpour had like introduced a bunch of characters that are significantly stronger than just Survivor and Hunter. I think that more mods should try to balance. Should try to be balanced compared to. No. There we go. Compared to Survivor or Hunter, instead of defaulting to Downpour. I want to get these fruit up here. Also, I forgot about the echo. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, goodbye. I can just bring down another. I'll throw in that direction. Most mods are underbalanced, really. They're nerfed by their campaigns. That's something that bothers me about Downpour in general. Like, oops, we accidentally made this character way too strong, so we're just gonna nerf them by making it annoying to play. Yeah, you can take that white lizard. If just the red pearls alone can do this. Oh, prevented them from leaving. Definitely strong enough. Yeah, we're heading to, well, I'm heading to Moon first. Moon and then Outer Expanse, that's the plan. Maybe I want to head to some regions that might have interesting pearls. If there's any like unique colors. Although I don't know if like all these pearls are already like all the different types of abilities they can have. Like if I get a pink pearl, is it gonna do something different, or is it just gonna be the same as a red pearl? It's kind of annoying to get food. Most other creatures have normal spawns? I disagree. Maybe it's just in garbage wastes though, but garbage waste has. Bye again. Am I like cutting out a lot? The stream working fine? I guess like for Artie it makes more sense to have a lot of spawns because they are like quite powerful. Just being able to easily make an explosive spear makes most like creatures pretty easy to deal with. That would otherwise be like impossible, like king vultures. Should have had less garbage worms. I struggle to find garbage worms in my die to every creature challenge. Oh, there's oh, that should just probably count as another yellow pearl. Also, I don't have the yellow pearl anymore. I guess that's the one I gave to Pebbles. I thought I automatically retrieved it. So this is definitely very powerful. To be able to just hang out up here and then everything just dies. More perfect Slugcats are earlier in the timeline. The thing is, Rivulet exists. And Saint. Rivulet and Saint have incredibly powerful movement. They're not great at combat, especially Saint, but you don't need combat when you can easily avoid everything. And they end up being so fast that the world kind of feels very small. I don't need food, so I could go up for the pearl, but I'm going to head to the shelter first. I didn't want to pick that up. Like, I like Rivulet. I enjoy playing Rivulet. And I have the world record in their 40% speedrun, but I think that they are too fast. More enemies that can actually catch up to Rivulet. I think that they could have just had slightly toned down movement. Like, there's no reason their backflip should actually be like 3 times higher than any other Slugcats. Just like 2 times. Like a 2 times higher jump would be totally fine. It's mostly like the scaling on their more advanced moves. Like, just like regular movement, like running and jumping, that's mostly fine. But the moment you do like a slide pounce or a backflip, it goes like way too far. That could just be toned back a little bit. And it doesn't really impact like most casual players because they aren't going to be doing that kind of advanced movement tech all the time. Good shot. Yeah, this is pretty strong. Dead yet? I like Gourmand spawns. They're kind of a mix of Hunter and Survivor, which I feel like should be like the default spawns for like a more challenging Slugcat. I think Hunter spawns on their own are a bit excessive. Sometimes you enter a room and there's just like 4 Slam Lizards and it's like, is this necessary? So I think they're just going to give it the shield ability back. Like, do there really need to be 4 Slam Lizards in this room, or like 2 King Vultures, or multiple Red Lizards in a region? Oh yeah, red for us to be selected. I mean, I don't need to fight this guy actually. Just complaining because we've gotten too good. But I thought that Spearmaster had quite similar spawns to Hunter. I don't think there's that much of a difference. Don't mind me. There's a lot of noodle flies there. I don't think the red pearl screen to activate on a passive creature. But I like I like monk spawns. Like I think monk is a good reference for what like a more realistic ecosystem would feel like in reality. Okay, for some reason it's not targeting white lizards. Maybe it's because they camouflage. And it's like, oh, these are camouflaging creatures. I shouldn't be able to detect them, but it's not detecting them even when I like attack the white lizard. Because they don't automatically target dropwigs either. But I think they did once. Actually, like once the dropwigs dropped from the ceiling, because that's when they're supposed to be hidden. And there's a pole plant right here. Just kidding. But actually, I don't find monk boring. Because usually if I'm playing monk, I want to focus. Actually, little announcement. Tomorrow's stream is either going to be a continuation of this character, depending on how long it takes to finish this campaign, or if there's like a lot more to do that I'm not expecting. Or I will be moving on. This doesn't go up. I'll be moving on to monk story percents. That's the next category that I want to run. And I like that when you're playing monk, you can focus more on the movement side of things. That's just a comment, bro. I mean, I guess I could try the pearl spear. I haven't really had a chance to use it. But I like that when you're playing monk, you can focus on other things like exploration and movement, rather than trying to like fight for your life the whole time. Because I think that sometimes, even as survivor, the spawns can be a little bit excessive. Like in Chimney Canopy or the wall. Maybe I would like it if there was a character that was like actually pretty weak, but they had monk spawns. Where's the Slugpup? Did I leave them up here? Or did some lizard grab them? Or did the pink lizard grab them? Down? I have no idea where they are. They still show up on the map, or on the like the food pips. Those are still there. Did they have the Slugpup? Something happened. Now there's a red lizard there. You have to come over here. Please, I'm stuck. I don't think they... Like, what happened there? Food pips are still there. I could revive that sign if I wanted to. I wonder if that would make them friends with you. Like tame them instantly if you revive. The pips are gray. I guess it's kind of hard to see with the input display in the way. If I knew where they were... Oh, yep. Let me just survive that. I could revive them. But if a lizard like grabbed them and took them through there... I guess I just have to like restart. I should pay attention to them more. Or did they not even show up on that screen? Well, they're back. I guess it's like, that's a bad ending, right? If you make it to Outer Expanse without the Slugpup. Cool Psycho. To be honest, it's most unbalanced, yeah. Most extreme spawns, plus, like, not the strongest abilities. Oh, hello, Vulture. Let's go grab the pearl real quick. I'm gonna stick with the strategy of getting as many pearls as I can. Maybe, like, once we get to Moon, I'll decide if I want to keep going with that. Joy Saint you, but Rubicon is like kind of dumb. That's what I was saying with every character is very powerful, but they have something that's annoying about them. So for Saint, it's Rubicon. Like, oh wow, what a cool character in campaign that I'm enjoying. And you get to the end. I think that Rivulet has the best system like that, where just because of the short cycles. Don't mind me. Because you're given a fast character, but you have very short cycles, so it's basically like you're speedrunning to like from shelter to shelter. And I like speedrunning. But the real annoying thing about Rivulet is the rot. Because I know that a lot of people get stuck in the rot for a very long time. It's for about 5 seconds. Also, I still don't know what this pearl does. I guess I could have just given it back to Pebbles so he could tell me. Wow. Okay, just bye. I just stay in the shelter. Yeah, I have enough food. I can get a popcorn plant. Just kidding, 30 left again. We're doing this. Oh yeah, and the Overseer in the rot is really bad. I don't know if they've fixed that yet. But they seem to lead you in random directions. Yeah, I think that would help a lot. This is like the Spider-Man meme. If you know what I'm talking about, that artwork kind of looks like it. I also think it would have helped if the rot region cut off access to the left side of the region. The area that's like unaffected by the rot. Because there's really no reason to go there other than just to be lost. Because you might think, oh, maybe the refraction cell is over there. And then you spend a bunch of time not finding anything. So if you just cut off your access to that, then it's more likely that you would end up actually finding the right thing, the right path. Popcorn plant, right? I was gonna get that. Vulture? Yep, Vulture. Did that hit me? Thank you, camera. So that did use up a shield charge, though. Ooh, nice shot, me. Isn't there... No, there's no pearl in this room. Unless it's, like, further away. Oh, that was a great shot. Do you want to keep shooting lasers? I wouldn't mind. Also, shield is back, and I'm still fighting the same Vulture. So that can protect you multiple times. Are you gonna throw that spear? Nice. I think they're dead. Can I eat that? I don't want to bring the Vulture mask. Saint's ability lasts forever. I think that'd be a bit overpowered. Just because you would basically like camp out every single creature there and just ascend them all. I think that, I mean, there's things in the background that recharge your meter. I think those should be more obvious, and maybe it should tell you that those things refill your meter, because I did not know that was a thing. So I spent a lot of time just waiting around for my ability to recharge, when I could have just stood in front of the symbol to recharge it much faster. And then, because the main problem is when you're trying to ascend a Guardian, and when they, when you just run out of meter, you just have to stand there and wait. That's like the most annoying scenario. But the thing is that Saints campaign was actually designed with the opposite idea in mind, to make Rubicon the final challenge, because Saint was more of a challenge character when it was initially created. And they ended up like toning back some of the more extreme parts of the character. Like they used to die instantly to like pretty much everything. Like even a Squid Kato could kill you. And if you died without a karma flower, you'd lose all of your karma. So I imagine that they started Rubicon with like, let's see how extreme of a challenge we can make this. And then they had to like tone it back, and it kind of ended up in a weird state of being like weirdly difficult. Oh, are you gonna shoot every single individual spider? Make Ascensions tied to meter and not the flight. I think that maybe work well. Maybe if you flew a bit slower. I mean, it's already kind of slow, but maybe just a little bit slower so that you can't just always fly everywhere. But then you have a limited amount of Ascension, so you'd want to save those for the Guardians. I guess we're doing that. There's a Pearl and Shaded I want to get. Also, Miros Vultures are kind of just awful. In some areas, you have to walk across a very long screen, close to the top. So if a Miros Vulture shows up, they will kill you within like a second. And you just can't do anything about it. And you can't ascend them because then you'd have to stand still for long enough for them to bite you. Oh. That's a spider. Let's get out of this. Just, I can customize my color. the black pearl is actually brighter than the white pearl. The echo on the player basically forever. Is that still a thing? I do need food. I find it kind of strange that I can eat like bat flies and like blue fruit and get full food from them. But also I can get full food from eating creatures. I guess it's just to make it so that you need less food to feed yourself and your Slugpup. RGB Slugcat, yeah, let me just spam this. But my problem with the Mirror's Vultures is that there's no telegraph on their attack. Like, the moment they touch you, you just die instantly. And you can't react to it at all. Like, Vultures at least have a kind of wind-up before they go in to bite you. This double jump is very powerful. Goodness. But Mirror's Vultures, just like, if they get close to you, you are just dead. And if sometimes they swoop in from the top of the screen very quickly and you just can't react at all. And they are pretty loud, so it should be obvious when they're about to arrive. But if they're like off screen, then you can't hear it as well. I guess I'll stay in this shelter. I don't want you to be in here. Nope, I do want you to be in here though. They're trolling me again. But also, another problem that I have with Rubicon is that it's just huge, and there's multiple paths that you can take. And maybe it's not initially obvious which path you should take. So you end up, like, going in the wrong direction multiple times over. And, like, getting lost, and it's such a huge region. And, like, the creatures are pretty difficult. You can get stuck in there for a long time. I think this is just a regular pearl. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. That's what happened earlier. That's just how those those spears act. There's another pearl over here. Also, I didn't comment on this, but an earlier chat message said something like challenge 70, like they added challenge 70 just to make it non-canon, even though it would have made sense. I agree. Challenge 70 was like, is this another red pearl? Okay, every single spider here is dead. It is another red pearl, goodness. But I like the color more. Because before Downpour came out, I had a theory for Saint. Oh, the spoilers for Saint, if anyone here cares. That's if we haven't already been talking about it, but oh, Scavengers. Maybe if there's a pearl that I don't want to have, I can give it to them. Like this black pearl I've not been using at all. Where did it go? Should I drop it in this room? There it is. Or is it? How'd that pearl disappear so easily? Oh, alright. I don't have it anymore. It looks like they're not aggressive. But my theory for Saint was that they were created by Sliver of Straw and reported to be the triple affirmative. And so like Sliver of Straw was like, look, this is the triple affirmative. They made the like big announcement, and then Saint ascended Sliver of Straw, whether intentionally or unintentionally. It's not exactly like that could have been left up into interpretation. Like maybe they did, maybe they didn't. And perhaps that Challenge 70 would be confirmation of that. Like, oh, Challenge 70 right here shows exactly that, what we were wondering about. And then Saint would go around ascending all the iterators and eventually get to like a Pebbles and Moon, right? Which would also explain why we see iterators like that are destroyed in the distance, or at least that have fallen apart. But also, I think the dev said that Challenge 70 isn't canon. Even though it makes sense, and it's like, obviously like it's not canon regardless of if this theory is correct, because there's probably not like a bullet hell boss fight that went on if Saint tried to ascend Sliver of Straw. All of that probably didn't happen, but it would make sense if Saint was created as the triple affirmative and then it did ascend Sliver of Straw. But it's kind of like disappointing that is never explained really what the whole triple affirmative was about. Can I pick you up? That's because I have this pearl selected. I just have another common pearl. I guess it's nice to have that for if I want to create another one of these spears. It is annoying that every time I want to like do something with the grab button, it defaults to using a pearl. Are scavengers done? No. What if the Ascension? Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I assumed could be a possibility. From the beginning, I was like, okay, this probably didn't happen, but it's possible that Saint still is the one that ascended them. But it also kind of sounded like they can deconfirm that as like a possibility altogether. That Saint was born or created after like Sliver of Straw and the triple affirmative. Why'd you pick up a rock? Should probably get the pearl and shoreline though. Let's get that before going to Moon. There's two of them, right? This one's the special pearl. Slugpup scarf. I really do like the designs of these characters. Purple. If I had a purple, I mean, I had the other purple one that didn't seem to do anything. Nope, pick up the right item. No, I think, yeah, limit. Oh, we changed the limit in the remix options. So, which one did I not? Alright, I have a common pearl, right? That's a special one. This is annoying. Having to manage all these like inventory slots, like what I'm holding, and all the pearls at the same time. So I actually don't need an extra spear. I can just get rid of that. Why'd I fall? Where'd they go? Oh, they're down there. Nice shot, dude. Only had a spear that did extra damage right now. Did they run away? Did I throw away that spear? Or did the Slugpup throw that? And where'd the pearl go? It's down there. Oh, there the Slugpup's just chilling. Yeah, I'm interested in your Void Sea whatever. Oh, okay, that's a little ridiculous. The purple pearl acts as a red pearl. Yeah, I thought I'd at least have a unique effect. They even target leeches. What's so great about this mod? So far, it's just like very high quality. All of the like the intro sequence was very well done. All of the like the dialogue, the artwork, the like, design of stuff, it's very high quality. I don't know if the actual gameplay is like wonderful. It's interesting, but it's very unbalanced. This character is incredibly powerful. I have a shield, which means that if anything tries to attack me, it will be deflected. With a short cooldown, of course, but it's like it's like a medium cooldown. So it actually it is recovered like pretty quickly. So you're probably not going to. You can see right there that was a shield effect that even triggered because of that jetfish. But it usually comes back by the time you meet another like dangerous creature. But I also have these revives. So if the Slugpup dies, I have a Slugpup with me, by the way. If the Slugpup dies, I can revive them. If I die, it might revive me. I don't know exactly how that works, though. If I never die. I haven't died yet, because this character is very powerful. But I also have this blue pearl. The one that gives me a double jump. I could probably go and collect another blue pearl to get another double jump, which sounds incredibly powerful. And yeah, this character is very strong. But you know, they're pretty fun, so we're heading to Moon. This is like see what she has to say about us. And maybe we'll get her to read all these pearls. Please. Void Sea theories that grants wishes, so if you enter it, grants whatever you desire. But if you change your mind and you try to leave, you become an echo. I can grab these first. I mean, I understood that, you know, the Void Sea does do something that seems to, it seems to like give you what you desire, because it fits with the like, Survivor and Monk endings. It's been around since, but your idea is that trying to leave it after you've already entered is what turns you an echo, because it does return you. Okay, good luck attacking that thing. Saint likes hell. And then the Void Sea delivered. Okay, so there you can't do another double jump immediately. Makes sense. Should probably go this way. I guess I'll have Moon read these first, and I'll swap one out for the yellow. There's plenty of time in the cycle. So basically, Saint wants to ascend things, and so Rubicon is a place for them to ascend everything. But also, it's kind of strange that the Guardians are there to try to prevent you from progressing. And then at the end, there is another Void Sea, so is the entrance of Rubicon the Void Sea, or is the end of it actually the Void Sea? Yeah, and then it sends you back anyway, so is that when they change their mind? But also, I need to focus on the dialogue. I actually like that. But at the end, because Moon always says, like, oh, I'm like, thank you for visiting me, but I can't do anything for you. I can't help you at all. But Moon is, like, helpful. She, like, reads all the pearls for you. So now she's, like, actually pointing that out specifically, like, oh, wow, I'm actually, like, I can be helpful to you by reading these pearls. This was the Rubicon Pearl? Or not, we're talking about Rubicon, the Metropolis Pearl. It'd actually be great if Rubicon had a pearl, because you could bring it back. Give it to Moon. Or this, maybe the other one is the Rubicon. Or Metropolis. This one. You might have the same. Actually, well, you can't visit Moon as. So most of these pearls seem to just be focused on their abilities and not like any information. Yeah. This is vanilla. Or if this is downpour, I suppose. I'm curious about this pearl. This is the one that Pebbles gave us. Means I don't even know if this pearl does anything. But I imagine that most of the pearls here are just going to say something about their ability. Like that the red pearl is dangerous because it shoots a laser. Nope. Can I just... No, okay. This takes a little bit of time to get used to. No, don't throw the pearl. There we go. I'm gonna leave an extra red pearl behind because I think it's maybe a bit too powerful. I mean, maybe having 2 shields and 2 revives is also a bit too powerful. Just a little, perhaps. I think I can make it back to another Vulture shoreline. Please don't follow me. Well, alright. Do you like jellyfish? Why did that happen? Ow. Ow. I think they like jellyfish, actually. No, don't jump down again. Or not? I don't know. It's hard to tell. I think that Slugpups do something if they like or dislike a food, and I don't really know what... I don't know how to tell. Maybe I should just grab the fruit over here. Been easier. They don't need any more. That's not overpowered at all. probably should head back through. Well, okay, I could go to Subterranean and then to Outer Expanse from there. I suppose I'll take that route. I kind of do want to go to Subterranean because it's a bit difficult with the spawns. I kind of do want to go to some more of the difficult regions to kind of test this character. We will have to do some swimming. What do I think of your theory? I think that it's kind of hard to keep track of the game and a bunch of chat messages at the same time when it's about like a bunch of complicated ideas. But I've been trying to read some of it. Goodness, not many other slug guys can make that jump so easily. I should. That's enough food. Somebody down there. Oh yeah, they don't target white lizards properly. And let go. Okay. Guess that's the easiest way to deal with them. And they've grabbed onto you. I forgot what color this pearl is, the one that's up here, but I guess it shouldn't be that hard to get it. Oh yeah, so like Saint has some like weird combination of desires that makes the Void Sea respond with Rubicon. I don't need any more food. They do. Don't. Rubicon is trash. Are they going to come back? Oh, that's a white lizard. Hey, no, stop. No, how about we just go? You don't need to get more food here. Incompatible desires that contradict each other. So like if you enter the Void Sea with a desire to leave, it's probably just going to be another attack pearl. It doesn't really make sense because trying to leave the Void Sea is what turns you into an echo. Saint is an echo too. It's unclear if they are the same echo as the like ancient echoes. Just maybe like the weird like. Oh yeah, this room. Can I hold the jetfish and the Slugpup at the same time? I can't. That's nice. Like maybe the ancients or the echoes that we see in game. That's not very nice. Maybe the echoes that we see are just like from our perspective, right? But from their perspective, they experience it the same way that Saint does. Just the Slugpup is fine. I think it's kind of strange that they say like Rubicon or the Void Sea is a place that that you can't return from, and then Saint needs to return from the Void Sea. Oh, thank you, shield. Is that a jetfish? It's gonna be fun. Imagine that if you, well, actually, I don't know how many yellow pearls there are, but if you manage to collect all of them, you might have a very long-lasting shield. Hello, welcome to the stream. That's fun. I guess I'll just shelter immediately. Well, oh, really? It seems like I need line of sight with them, not like the pearls needs line of sight with them. So I think that the purple, pink, and red all do the same thing. Yeah, target the weaker one first. Yeah, so these ones all look the same. I mean, it's easier to tell just by seeing what they do. Makes dealing with these guys a lot easier. There's a pearl in Subterranean that I want to try to get. I don't remember what. Of course, I don't remember any of the pearl's colors. I didn't see you. I was looking at chat. That's not very nice of you. I mean, I think just the double jump alone makes this character very powerful. Plus the shield, plus the revives, like... I don't know if it's even possible to design a character like this in a balanced way. Because their whole design is about, you know, finding these pearls and each pearl giving you an ability. I suppose just by limiting it. You know, maybe only... Oh goodness, the lag. I mean, that's just Subterranean for you. Okay, I thought that guy was closer. But if you could only have like 3 pearls at once, for example, or if you could only like... If only the pearl that you had selected did something. So if you want to attack something, you have to have the red pearl selected. If you want to do a double jump, you have to... Goodness. If you want to do a double jump, you have to like have the blue pearl selected. If you want to revive something, you have to have the green pearl selected, you know? Stream is lagging. I think the game is lagging. Stream is fine. This is the game's frame rate right now. Of like 2 seconds per frame. You can see how it updates when I pause. I don't know what's going on down here. The Pearl is down here. I guess I won't be going this way. If it's just this room, that's a problem. But also, I can't leave at this frame rate. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I mean, I shouldn't be going into the filtration system. So I guess we'll just avoid those rooms. Goodbye to that pearl. Does anyone know what color that pearl is? The one down in filtration? Yeah, the yellow pearls. Yellow pearls always worked. Blue pearls always work. The red pearls all work together as long as you have one selected. The green pearls automatically revive you. I think they do because I haven't died yet. And the your Slugpup, because one time my Slugpup fell off a cliff and they were automatically revived and brought back. The thing is that I don't know if there is a clean explanation for Rubicon and like Saint's whole thing. I kind of feel like it's partially just they wanted to add an area at the end of the Saints campaign that was challenging. The Saint was the like hard mode character, and then they just kind of needed to have some sort of explanation for it, which they didn't really provide, but they kind of added some like lore elements, like some parts of Saint's design that kind of explain it. Oh no, it's lagging again. This is the game, by the way. It is at this frame rate right now. I imagine that this is a combination of the mod kind of messing with things, but also Subterranean just being a laggy region. Usually Subterranean lags, but not this bad. So when did I pick up the flashbang? It's nice to have a shield right there. Yeah, you can have that. I don't want it or anything. Excuse me. Hello. Maybe some of these pearls could kind of have like weak effects initially, but they would kind of add up over time. Okay, did I really need to use the shield twice there? But let's say that this character starts with like a handful of pearls, and they are like the strength of like monk, or maybe survivor, you know. And then as you get more pearls, you know, maybe the double jump ability starts out like pretty weak, like even worse than artificers. But then maybe once you get like 2 or 3 pearls, then eventually becomes the same strength that it is now, right? And maybe the red pearls, instead of having an attack, it's like they increase the damage of your spears, and then you start at like monk damage, and then it goes to like hunter damage, and then like better than hunter damage, you know. So instead of the abilities on their own being incredibly powerful, they start out pretty weak, but then you can like kind of like build around some specific strategy. Like, I need a lot of food. Like, I want to deal damage, so I'm going to find a bunch of red pearls. Or I want to have good mobility, so I'm going to find a bunch of blue pearls. Or I want to like, be safe, so I'm going to find yellow and green pearls, you know. And I guess that is like sort of how it works already, but I feel like it's just like way overtuned. Like, just one blue pearl makes this like one of the most mobile characters compared to the downpour characters, right? Like, even better than Artificer with a single mobility pearl. Like, I feel like you would have to get like 3 blue pearls. It would make sense that if you have to like get 3 blue pearls in order to become that like mobile of a character. I gave them gooey ducks. With the 8th pearl, you can fly. Hopefully, Outer Expanse isn't that laggy, but it is also a very large region. I do really like all the animations. Goodbye. Okay, the game crashed. Hopefully that doesn't happen every time, because Outer Expanse is kind of the goal of this campaign. Yeah, I think I like this character conceptually. I mean, I don't I don't like it. I don't think it fits well with Raid World. It feels kind of like video gamey or like RPG, you know. Any idea that's about like getting upgrades or unlocking abilities to make yourself stronger, that feels like an RPG, which is not how I think of Rain World. I already think that like the Downpour Slugcuts are kind of goofy with their fancy abilities. Like, this one can double jump, this one can jump really far, this one can grapple around, this one can, you know, craft items. Like, I think those abilities are already a little bit ridiculous. And then making a character basically designed around those kind of abilities. But, you know, instead of like that's kind of just me personally, because the mod developer took that idea of like, they took that ability or the idea of creating a character that is about finding these abilities, and they ran with it and made it like into this very polished mod. So I'm not here to say that I don't like this character. I'm here to say, like, you know, what can we do with this character, or what can make it better potentially? Because I think the main problem is balance. Any individual ability would be incredibly overpowered. The double jump is even better than Artificers. They have good mobility. Lasers means that you can like camp out any creature and kill them from a distance. The shield means that you can survive a hit from any creature. Plus the revive, so the shield and the revive are powerful together. Like if you were to take Survivor and give them one of these abilities, they would be a very powerful character. And you get to hold 9 pearls altogether. I think that like only the pearl that you have selected being functional, I think that's an interesting idea, but you have to change the way a lot of them work. Like the shield would be very useful, would be hard to make use of. Like you have to react to when you are in danger and like activate the shield in time, which would be very difficult. Very determined dropwood. Also just a limit on how many pearls you can have. Maybe that would also work. But it kind of doesn't really work with the tutorial where it gives you all of the pearls at once and it's like, here's what they do. You kind of start with a bunch of pearls. Goodness. Is this spider alive? I missed. Well, I hope Amira's bird doesn't show up right now. I should probably take a shelter right before our Expanse, actually. I wonder where that red centipede is. But yeah, just having like a limit, like you could only have 3 pearls total. This is the one that I want to go in. See, right when that second shield activated, the other one came off cooldown. But I feel like this character starts too powerful, you know? I kind of like the idea of going around to find pearls to make yourself strong. Not just starting with a bunch of them from the beginning and then being incredibly powerful. And I understand why they want you to start with a bunch of pearls, so that you can learn what they all do. Okay, the shield activates a little bit too often. All you lose them all, that just sounds annoying. Have to like pick them all up and activate them all again. Please pick that up. Oh, okay. So you go to the tutorial and then something happens that causes you to lose all of them. Suppose that could make sense. Maybe like something happens and the Slugpup dies and you're only left with the green pearl, so you use it to revive them and then you like continue to Metropolis and you only have 1 pearl, so you go into Metropolis and you find the red pearl, so now you have the offensive one, and then you can kind of go out and explore and like. And also the pearl in At the top of the wall? Is that a blue pearl? I think it's this one, or maybe not. Or is this the wall pearl? It's either green or blue. Okay, we're in. Need a little bit more food than this. Watch out for the stowaway. See, that stowaway like barely even affected me at all. You can tell why. You can see how people like miss them very easily. Now, I have no idea where any of the pearls in our expanse are. So I don't know if we're going to be finding any more. Maybe just decreasing the maximum amount of pearls you can carry would be good enough. Because each individual ability is very powerful, so if you only had 3, then you'd actually have to decide like which ones are worth keeping. Sunken Pier Shelter, I think that's where I'm going to head to anyway. Has someone make your exact mod idea? I don't know. Like, if I could only pick like 3 pearls, for example, probably like double jump definitely, because it's like ridiculously powerful. Maybe a revive and then maybe like a damage one. But I think that alone would make it more interesting, because I kind of just have all the abilities right now. I have 2 revives, 2 shields, 2 damaging ones, a double jump, which is plenty on its own. Taming lizards to get their abilities, and then collecting pearls as the objective. I mean, this doesn't have anything to do with taming lizards, but it's somewhat similar. Yeah, gaining abilities. But I think that like getting abilities from lizards is still a good idea, because they can be more unique. I don't think there's any pearls up there. So it should be up here. Yep, that's a purple one, but it might just be an attack pearl. I mean, I haven't even used any of the revives. You know, I could have given that to a scavenger. Oh, wait, I don't want to go into a shelter. Yeah, there's going to be one later that I can use. You know, if you want more, like art requests, I think that there's a lot of Slugcat artwork, which makes sense. They're the main characters. And iterators, but I think I'd like to see more art of just regular creatures. Or maybe like random interactions between creatures. Or maybe just like the environment. Yeah, seems like Wormgrass activate the shield too. I think it's cool that this this character goes through Metropolis and Outer Expanse. Good way to make use of these regions that are usually exclusive to other characters. How much of the campaign is complete? Like what I've done, or what like the mod developer has done? Because I think the whole thing is complete. Basically, you start in Metropolis. You talk to Pebbles. He tells you to go to Outer Expanse. I chose to also visit Moon. And then now here we are in Outer Expanse. Maybe they want to add something else in the future, but this seems already like pretty complete. It doesn't really add any new regions or new creatures, it seems like. But I think like given the quality of the character alone, like that makes sense. As well as the whole like intro sequence. Just realized that I skipped past the other shelter that I was going to take, but this shelter works too. It's actually up. Speedrunner path is down, but that skips the shelter. Don't break that up again. We should be able to make it to the end from here. Oh, wow, big water bounce. You know, I don't think wall bounces have been useful for me this whole run. I guess I should have known then, or I should have like, so I did check out the character a little bit before streaming, so maybe I should have turned off wall bounces Because I don't like having them on for Artificer. This region feels very peaceful right now. I think there's usually a creature in here. Actually, I know why. This region has spawns for Gourmand, Survivor, and Monk, but not for Hunter. And this character seems to default to Hunter spawns, but since there aren't Hunter spawns for Outer Expanse, it's just, there's not much creatures. Or not as many creatures as the other regions. Like, I haven't even, like, ran into any creatures at all. Though, I suppose this is close to the end, so I'll give some, like, final thoughts about this character. I guess I kind of already explained it a bit, but they're mostly, like, everything about this character is very well made. The entire intro sequence, the dialogue with Pebbles and Moon. Although, it was a bit daunting to visit Pebbles and he's like, oh yeah, I can read the pearls for you, but with this many pearls, like, it'd take forever to go through all that dialogue. So I was like, no, I don't want to read the dialogue. And then even at Moon, when I decided to read the dialogue and I got through like 3 of them, I was like, no. But mostly, you know, this character's fine. Like, the concept is good on its own. I like all the little details, like what's happening right now, all the pearls kind of orbiting around me. There's like multiple different animations for that. The design of the Slugcat is very good. I didn't really mind the Slugpup, but also that kind of leads to another problem with the inventory management, which isn't a thing in Rain World. There is not inventory management. There's an item in your left and right hand, and in your stomach, and that's it. You know? That's like a nice thing about this game, that there isn't the like an inventory to keep track of, and that you're very limited in what you can use. But for this character, it's very much the opposite. You have all these pearls to keep track of. Plus, so you have your hands, right? Where you can hold 2 items. You have the Slugpup on your back. You can also hold a spear on your back, but only one at a time. So you either have a spear on your back or the Slugpup on your back. If you're holding on to both a spear and the Slugpup, it'll default to putting the spear on your back, which can be annoying. That was kind of annoying a few times when I tried to put the Slugpup on my back and I like picked up a spear on accident. And sometimes that also interfered with the pearl management, where I would try to put the Slugpup on my back, but it did something with a pearl instead. That's like kind of convoluted and hard to get used to. I don't know if there's a good way to improve it. But maybe just not having back spears would help, because I barely use many spears anyway. But the other main problem is they're just incredibly powerful. And I don't think that creature spawns were really too much harder than Hunters. It felt pretty much exactly the same as Hunter. Minus Scavengers. There were not many Scavengers at all. I imagine because it's post-Artificer. So, like, even Scion Lizards are usually very difficult to deal with. The double jump alone means that they are, like, incredibly easy to outmaneuver. And then even if they do catch up to you, you have the Yellow Pearl to give you a shield. Right? So, either limiting... I mean, of course, in the remix settings, you can choose to limit the number of pearls you can have. And maybe I should have done that, but I like to stick with the default options when playing a mod for the first time. But lowering the amounts that you can have at max capacity, I feel like would just be an easy way to balance it a bit more. Because a lot of these abilities are incredibly strong on their own, but being able to stack them together, like, you could like pick up as many red pearls as you want, and like any creature that like comes within line of sight is just dead instantly. And I found that this single blue pearl that gives you the double jump, this was very strong on its own. This is like better than Artificer movement because it doesn't have a cooldown. And it's an even higher jump. And this is just with one pearl. Like, what if I had 2 or 3 blue pearls? Like, would I just be flying all over the place? By limiting the amount of pearls that you could have, like, maximum number of pearls, you could make it more interesting because you'd have to pick which, like, strong abilities you want to have. But if you want to keep the maximum amount of pearls at, like, 9, I think it's at 9 right now, right? Yeah, 9 pearls. Then each individual pearl could be significantly weaker, and their abilities could stack in a more reasonable way, right? So instead of like, because I think if you have a second blue pearl, it gives you a second jump. I don't know if you can chain them together. Like, I can do 2 double jumps like this. That would be incredibly strong. I think I'd maybe prefer it if it was like weak double jump to slightly stronger double jump, for, like weaker than Artificer with 1 pearl. The same as Artificers with 2 pearls, and then stronger than Artificers with 3 pearls, right? Which means that you would need... I think it'd make more sense if you need 3 pearls dedicated to movement if you want to have better movement than Artificer, which is already a character with very good movement. You can chain them. Yeah, that sounds very strong. The shields, I don't think I died once this whole time, right? I fell off a cliff at the very beginning on accident, and I had to restart a few times because the game crashed. Or it was very laggy one time, it crashed another time, and the Slugpup died another time. Those were like the only restarts. But I didn't really die to a creature because the shield protected me, and even if I did die, I would get revived, right? Like all of that together, plus like the strong double jump, the red pearls like give you extra damage. It's like way too powerful. There's like no threat at all. Like I feel like this character could survive an encounter with a red lizard. So, anything to make this character less completely broken, I think would help. But I like the idea of like starting with only 1 pearl, and then as you collect more, you become more and more powerful. So you start out like at like survivor strength, or maybe even monk strength. Like, what if you started out the strength as monk, and it would actually be quite difficult because you need to survive against hunter spawns plus managing the Slugpup. But then like once you get a double jump pearl, and once you get the extra damage pearl, and once you get the shield, like suddenly you're like stand up against all the hunter spawns. I feel like you'd actually have a sense of progression, because I feel like I was at max strength from the very beginning. Like, I did get a few more pearls, like I got a second shield, I got some more damage, but those didn't really help because I already was that strong, you know? Like, I never really felt like there was a sense of progression of like getting stronger and like struggling against hunter spawns, but then being able to overcome it. It was like they were always easy to deal with. Pearls that gave you stats instead of abilities, I thought of that too, because this character has high mobility to start with. What if like 1 blue pearl made you like move very quickly? If they say started with survivor movement, getting 1 blue pearl would give you hunter movement, and then getting 2 blue pearls would give you a double jump. Stronger ones could be in difficult locations. Yeah, I was a little bit disappointed because I got like a purple pearl, like this pearl right here. This is the same as a red pearl. Same with this one. These are both red for the sake of their abilities, right? It's like kind of disappointing to like check out a pearl and be like, oh, what does this pearl do? But it's just the same as some other ability. And you know, there are other ideas like improving your like spear damage could be one, improving your like swimming ability. There was the camouflage ability, which I never used at all, because I feel like the double jump is so strong that you don't need to stealth. Anyway, I think that's like mostly all I have to say. Let's head to the end now. Should I? So there's not much food here, but I guess I want it to be daytime. These. The fact that the pearls provide light, depending on which pearl that you have selected, I do like that little detail. It also means that you don't need to get a neuron light. Just have to walk in a little bit further. But pretty much everything else about this character is very good. The design, the like artwork, the dialogue, the small details here and there, like the ways the pearls behave. All of that is like great. It doesn't really need to change at all. I think it'd be better if mods overall looked at the downpour characters as being powerful on their own. And so making a balanced character would be making it more similar to Survivor or Hunter, for example. And if you just want to go like all out and just make an overpowered modded character, go ahead. But that doesn't mean you have to make it stronger than the downpour characters. A character equally as strong as Artificer or Rubicon, for example, I feel like that would be like plenty overpowered. I'm getting mixed messages. Is this muck or is this unfinished? Okay, so they don't have their own ending yet. They just disappeared. A little bit surprised. I was expecting an actual ending, considering all the other like artwork. I'm sure that would be added eventually. So yeah, cool character. I don't know if I'll be playing them again because the campaign already seems mostly finished. $99 food. Oh wow, look at this score. I'm gonna look at the remix settings real quick. Pearlcat. Oh, don't disable them. What? Uh. Oh, so if you the pearl that you have selected plays that region's threat music. That's interesting. So I kind of want to look at what this means. Just changes for the keybinds. Stat changes. They gave stat changes. So this. Are the okay, so are these the minor effects? Well, I can't like spawn in colored pearls, so I can't really test this out. Are these the pearls like actual effects? Like, is this a double jump or is this just moving faster? Like, if they do give like small extra stat bonuses, then I feel like the active effects. So why would you disable them in this setting? We would just choose to not use them. Unless you want, unless this is like choosing to have the minor effects instead of the like active effects. I don't know. Because this character definitely doesn't need extra little buffs. But like pretty good character overall. But just a bit too powerful. But I've said that enough already, so that's going to be the end of the stream. Thanks everyone for watching. Okay, okay, it is difficult to make mods. And it's difficult to balance it, but this is why I'm here. And like everyone who plays mods and people who play test, provide feedback. I would like to help with trying to make mods better overall. Hopefully my feedback's useful and not just like random complaints. Yeah, see ya.